Salam Habibtis. Today I'm going to be showing you a very fashionable way you could do your hijab and a very simple makeup tutorial that goes with this style. I started out with a pink cap and I put a silver cap over it to make it more fancy. And I adjusted the caps so they look equal. And next I used a pink scarf that's very light and easy to use. And I made sure one side was longer than the other, and I made it parallel to the headscarves. And I used a safety pin to pin it down. Next, I got the longer side and I put it around her head. And I pinned both sides down. After I pinned the pink scarf down, I just adjusted the pink scarf, making it a little tighter, no ends loose. And I got the silver glittery scarf, which is a very light scarf to play with. And I just pinned it down near where I pinned down the pink scarf. Once again, making one side longer than the other. In this step, I basically somewhat rolled the glittery scarf, folding each part, starting at her right end where the shorter side is. And I basically started making rolls and pinning it down, making a flowery object out of the scarf. So after you keep rolling the glittery scarf, it's going to end up looking like a flower towards the end after you're done rolling the glittery part of the scarf. So I just kept on doing that and making my way to the whole glittery scarf until there was no loose ends.
بالجو بشعل نار خلي قلبي يغار ما رح غني لليوم ولا خسرة المزنار بالجو بشعل نار خلي السمرة تغار ما رح غني اليوم ولا خسرة المزنار هز بخصرك هز هز خصرك هزي سهم بقلبي وغزي توب البني وانا جنني يما التوب سوادي والله مو عادي والتوب الازرق قلبي بيتحرك اي والتوب النيلي بس ضل مقابلي والتوبة الزهري حيرني بأمري هز خسارك هزي سهم بقلبي وغزي هز بخصرك هز 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 بخصرك هزي سهم بقلبي سهم بقلبي وغزي هز خسارك هزي سهم بقلبي وغزي
After you pin down everything, just make sure nothing's out of place and everything's pinned down, making like a flowery figure out of the scarf. Moving on to the makeup, she really didn't want like a lot on her face, but I simply started out with a simple base from Olay Fresh Effects. And I used my Kiko, a brush that I bought from Kiko, to really spread out the base and make sure it's everywhere on her face. Next, I used a highlighter to highlight her face. You could buy this at any of your local drugstore. It really wasn't like, you know, that expensive. After I was done highlighting her face, I used concealer from Maybelline and I just put it under her eyes. And I spread it with my Kiko brush. Moving on, I got my eyeshadow palette and I used white and I put it in her inner corner of the eye and I started smudging it towards the outer corner of the eye.
ما رح غني لليوم ولا خسرة المزنار بالجو بشعل نار خلي السمرة تغار ما رح غني اليوم ولا خسرة المزنار.
After I was done smudging the white, I got a lighter pink and I put it at the center of her eyelid and I just started smudging it towards the outer corner of her eye. So after I put a fair amount of light pink on her eyelid, I started putting a darker pink on the outer corner of the eye and I started rubbing it towards her inner corner of the eye. And I just started smudging it towards her inner corner of the eye, and I put a lighter color on her brow bone to just highlight her brow bone. After that, I just did the same exact thing on her other eye.
والتوبة الأزرق قلبي بيتحرك.
Next, I use pink matte lipstick and you could find this at any of your local drugstores. And don't worry if you make a mess, you can always clean it up afterwards.
حيرني بأمري
After that, I used Power Volume 24-Hour Mascara, and don't worry about that mess, you can fix all of that afterwards. And guys, be careful in cleaning up the excess mascara, you don't want to ruin your eyeshadow.
وتموتي فيني